When you see yourself as a sensitive, as an earth angel, it really changes the way you interact with your own self, your energy system, and what you have to give this world. Hello and welcome back to Remember Why You're Here, a podcast for seekers and sensitives where you can relax, receive, reconnect to yourself, and remember the most important thing of all, why you're here. I'm your host, Asia Suler, author, earth intuitive, teacher, and this episode is all about entering your earth angel era. We're going to talk about exactly what I mean when I say earth angel and when I say your earth angel era. But I just want to mention that we are officially starting Earth Angel School next Wednesday, 1 week from today. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to be in this experience. This is an 11-week spiritual school specifically designed for sensitives to help you step into your gifts, to understand the unique magic of your nervous system, to access your potential, to have the kind of guidance you need from within yourself and from the unseen world to really step into your path in this lifetime. This school for me was absolutely a soul calling. The first inkling I had to start this school was over 10 years ago, which is so nuts when I really did the math and I sat back and thought about that. It was this night when I was home over the holidays for Christmas, and I was laying on the carpet in my old bedroom, and I was staring up at the ceiling, and the whole house was quiet. Everyone was either asleep or going to sleep, and it was this very in between floating liminal place. I was in a time in my life where I was learning a lot about myself, and I remember just gazing at the ceiling and thinking about my sensitivity, myself as an empath, and this voice just floated in from nowhere and said to me, "You're not just a sensitive. You are an earth angel." And then this voice, this presence went on to show me exactly what that meant. And it completely reoriented the whole way I saw myself. It changed my relationship to my sensitivity, to my mission in life, to how I move through the world. It was this dramatic transformation and this thing that I've sort of held at the heart of me ever since then. I consider it like a palm stone of rose quartz I just kept in my pocket and pulled back out any time I felt overwhelmed, anytime I felt like my sensitivity was a form of fragility or a defect in me. I would pull that memory back out again and be like, no, I'm not just a sensitive. I'm an earth angel. And over the years of teaching, now I've been teaching for 14 years, I have seen that the people who end up walking through my door are sensitives who are also earth angels. And I really think that this reframe of earth angel is really, really important. And I'm going to tell you why in just a moment, but I just want to say that as this evolved over the years, there was such a strong message that came in for me. It would show up every single year. Earth Angel School, Earth Angel School, that specific name, this specific container. And for years, I remember thinking to myself, I have a lot more to learn. I'm not ready yet to teach this class. There's so much that I'm gathering. And then it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I really felt like, okay, it's time. It's time. And it has taken me 3 or 4 years now to really take that next step, to take that next leap to being a new mom, have the resources and all of that to really say like, yes, I want to dedicate myself to this and be in devotion to this group of students, these group of earth angels gathering together, because I think when sensitives can see themselves as earth angels, so much can begin to change for you. So with that, let's talk about what I mean when I say earth angel. So reframes like this are really powerful. It might seem like, okay, it's just a word change. How does that shift anything? But it actually shifts everything. The word sensitive in our culture doesn't have the most empowering connotations. When you say that someone or something is sensitive, you often get the picture of something being fragile or shy or somehow weak. That is not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about sensitivity. Sensitivity, as I understand it, is a kind of attunement. It's a spiritual gift. It's a kind of nervous system neurodiversity. And when you see yourself as a sensitive, as an earth angel, it really changes the way you interact with your own self, your energy system, and what you have to give this world. If you are a sensitive person, you might literally have had someone tell you before that you are an earth angel. Has anyone ever said this to you? I've gotten this a lot. And when I was younger, I used to not really understand it, or maybe I would push it away a little bit. Like, what does that mean? Like, they want me to be their angel, or they think I do really good work in the world. Am I doing enough good work in the world? I mean, this is something sensitives are always thinking, right? But after I had this experience and as I came to understand like the spiritual depths of what an earth angel actually is, now anytime I hear this, it's like, oh, my heart just melts and expands and I feel so much stronger. It reminds me of actually who I am and how I'm supposed to be on this planet. So whether or not Earth Angel School is calling to you this year, I wanted to make this episode so that you as a sensitive can step into your Earth Angel era. So let's start here. We think of angels sometimes as sort of just these like floaty beings of light that are just endlessly pouring love and benevolence into the collective. But no, the original meaning of the word angel is messenger. Angels are messengers from the wider divine, from God, from source. Angels in ancient human understanding were beings of light that came here to this planet to help other people, to help humanity, to be messengers bearing a message from this wider place of knowing. So just this little reframe alone of understanding even this term earth angel is powerful, right? It's like us as sensitives, we come here to be embodied, to be a being of service to this world. And I see this over and over again with sensitives. Like we come in and the thing we're holding at the heart of us is like, how can I help? And when we don't think we're helping, or when we don't think the kind of help we're giving is valuable enough, that's when we lose it. That's when we feel gutted. That's when we feel like we are hopeless or we question our whole life, right? It's like there's this seed at the center, I think, of all sensitives where it's like we deeply want to help. We feel the heartache, we feel the pain on this planet, and we want to help. But here's the thing, and let's go a little deeper into what I mean when I talk about angels, is angels are not just endlessly pouring love and compassion into the collective at the sake of their own energy and their own well-being. Angels are messengers. They are bridges between heaven and earth. They are here to help humanity by being in their power. Angels know that they are here to help humans, that they're here to help humanity. So let's keep going and talking about angels, because I think this is going to help you in your reframing of yourself to transform from a sensitive to an earth angel and step into your earth angel era. Earth angels know that they're here to help humanity, and so they don't get bogged down in the small details. They continue to see the big picture. As sensitives, I find it can feel like the details of life, especially like the hard stuff, the news stories, the endless cycle of tragedy and loss, it can almost hijack us. It can captivate our attention in this way where it takes us away actually from this big picture of why we're here. When you enter your earth angel era as a sensitive, you're able to keep that big picture at all times in your mind. And even when you have moments where you get bogged down in the suffering of the world or something snags you, you're able to reconnect to the source from which you come. You're able to plug back in and access that bigger picture again. And this is what I really want for all sensitives around the world, is to continue to connect back into that big picture of who they are and why they're here, what their mission really is. In the classical understanding of angels, they are these messengers, these channelers of divine wisdom, divine energy, divine love. And sensitives have this ability to be channels of light, to bring in the kind of compassion, love, benevolence, understanding that this world so deeply needs. And you've probably found this throughout your life, that when you are in that channel and you're really bringing forth that kind of love and compassion, people just soak it up like a sponge. Like we all need this so much. But the key word here is channel, right? Like angels in the classical way of understanding aren't giving away all of their light or their power. They are channeling it from a wider place. They bring it here into this planet because they know it's an infinite source. When you channel in that way, it's infinite energy, it's infinite source. And this is possible for us sensitives who are actually earth angels. It's possible for us to bring that kind of love and care and benevolence and know how to channel it from a wider place so that we aren't draining our own energy stores, that we don't get into compassion fatigue, that we have this ability to stand at the center of our power and bring through the kind of love that we know we can bring out of this planet in a way where we aren't draining our own wells. Angels and earth angels also know that this message or understanding or download from the wider knowing, from the wider divine, from source, from God, is so much more important than towing any kind of line or appeasing people. When we get stuck in the sensitive empath trap, it can feel like our job is to make people feel better no matter what the cost, even if it's saying exactly what they need to hear. We do it, right? An earth angel doesn't mess around with that stuff. An earth angel is like, I know why I'm here. I know what I'm connecting into. And I know that me saying this thing just to appease you in this moment, to help your nervous system and your psyche in this moment, is not in the greatest good. It's not in the greatest good for your own growth or well-being, whoever it is that you're interacting with or talking with. Angels understand this, right? Because they're connected into this bigger picture, and they know that what they have to say and what they have to share when they're in this connected space is so much more important than whatever is happening in the mass culture around them, whatever the group mentality or the group think is at that time. It's more important that they channel from their own channel and bring through what is unique to them in their connection to the beyond. Angels are known to be very empathic beings. We have all these classical images of angels like sitting beside you as you grieve, and holding their own hearts and wrapping you up in their arms. But here's the thing. Angels empathize deeply with other humans, right? But they're not taking on that pain. They're not letting that pain cripple them, diminish their light, make them change course. They do not swerve. They can feel and empathize and have compassion, but that empathy doesn't become something that diminishes their ability to be in the understanding of their own mission. They know that it doesn't help that person for them to take on that pain as if it were their own. They know, in fact, that that person's pain is important for them. It's important for their growth, and they have the kind of inner strength and boundaries to be very clear on that. I remember when I first started getting into angels, and this was not something I ever expected that I would be into. I remember I had a reading with an intuitive, I think it was like 15 or 16 years ago now, who connects with spirit guides. And we sat down together and she was like, I'm sorry, I don't feel any spirit guides around you. It's only angels. And I remember being like bummed. I was like, "Oh, no, come on, not angels. Like, give me the spirit guides, like I was like not into angels. And so it was really funny for me and powerful to then start having angels really come in for me. And I had this whole big experience around the time that I had this download about being an earth angel and that I'm here to help serve other earth angels, that angels and angelic forces started visiting me in my life, started really showing up, started talking to me. And I remember at that time, reading everything I could about angels because I was trying to make sense of these experiences that I was happening in this deep connection all of a sudden that I felt to angels. And one of the things that came up a lot was like, your angels can't help you until you ask. Like, we kind of just have this expectation of like, yeah, angels will do it, like our guardian angels, they'll do it, but they cannot help until you ask. It's like one of these cardinal rules of reality that you have free will, you have to ask. And I love this when I think about this reframe of us sensitives as earth angels, because how often do we jump in and do something for someone and they never asked, right? Like, we always are anticipating people's needs and desires, and we're like, well, how can I shift myself? How can I transform? How can I anticipate their needs and show up for them in a way where we end up really draining ourselves? Angels, in this understanding of classical angels, they don't help unless you ask. You have to ask. And so it's an important reminder for me whenever I need help from my angels, but it also is really beautiful to remember as an earth angel. Like, let someone ask you for help. This is part of what it means to enter your earth angel era, that you stop using your energy and trying to anticipate what it is that everybody else needs and how to fulfill those needs. Sit at the center of your power and wait for someone to ask for help. And then from that space, you can decide whether to help them or not. I mean, think about it. Has every single one of your prayers been answered? Has every petition to your guardian angel come true? No, right? No, this is not how the world works. And so it's not how it works either for us sensitives in relationships. Sit at the center of your power. Wait for someone to ask you for help rather than constantly using your energy to try and anticipate what it is they might need. And then from there, really sitting with your channel as an angel, sit with your channel and decide, is it in my greatest good to serve this person, to do this thing in this moment? And if it's in my greatest good, it will be in theirs as well. Because again, as an earth angel, you're looking at the bigger picture, not just this exact moment of like, oof, I want to avoid them being disappointed with me. I want to avoid the impact in my own nervous system, like a bomb going off that happens when I know that someone is disappointed or hurting or mad. Earth angels have the kind of boundaries where they can feel those feelings. They sense them, but they metabolize them and they let it go. Angels don't give their power away. Like, have you ever seen any classical depictions of angels being like, yeah, no, here's all my power. You can use it. Absolutely not, right? Angels come with a lot of power, and they know that that power is here to create good for humankind, to bring forth new eras of love and compassion and benevolence and creativity and understanding. So they would never give their power away just because someone in that moment was hurting. And so this is part of entering your earth angel era too, of being like, my power is important for my mission. My power isn't here to be used to help other people avoid their own pain. That's not how it works. That's not how the earth journey works. And angels understand that intimately. They understand that it's important sometimes for people to feel discomfort, for people to feel pain, for people to feel disappointed. They're not fun feelings. Nobody really wants those feelings, but angels understand that this is part of what you sign up for in humanity. And so as a sensitive entering your earth angel era, you're able to hold that awareness of like, this person needs to feel some disappointment. That's okay. That doesn't make me a bad person. In fact, I know I'm not a bad person. I'm an earth angel. And this is my task, right? Is to see the bigger picture and go, in this moment, even though I feel for you so much, I have so much like unending love and compassion for you, I'm going to say no because it's not in the widest alignment for all. And you actually need to feel some discomfort and some pain. I'm not wishing it upon you, but I'm also not going to take it away from you because that's taking away the gift of the human experience. And angels, bless their hearts, they want us humans to have our experience. They're like, you go have your experience. It's precious. And we're like, really though? Like, is this what you're calling precious? But as an earth angel, you can have that perspective, and you can have that perspective about your own life too. The more and more you connect with this earth angel archetype, the more you can really see and feel and understand, okay, this is part of the textures of life too. So when I feel pain, discomfort, sadness, fear, shame around disappointing someone, around having to hold a boundary, that's part of me having my own earth experience, and that I came here for that as an earth angel, I came here to have this experience, that the human experience is like one of my special interests, as an angel. And so it's okay to have those feelings come up. And, all we really need is the tools actually to just like be with those feelings as they come up, which is so much of what we're going to do in Earth Angel schools, just like having these angelic tools for metabolizing what comes up so that it doesn't take you down in the same way, but it actually continues to add to the strengthening of your spirit as you move through this life. Angels are not people pleasers. Like, if we think about all these classical depictions of angels, like wielding swords and doing all the things, like they're not people pleasers. They are powerful, powerful beings who are, their power source, right, is love. It's just pure love and compassion. And this is like something that's so amazing about sensitive people is we really have that ability to connect into this universal compassion and love. And it can get hijacked, right? In situations where we feel like we get sort of ensnared in someone's life or someone's issues, or we start feeling like we're intimately responsible, right, for making sure nobody feels any discomfort or pain around us. But at the end of the day, who we really are really powerful beings who source themselves in really divine compassion, benevolence, and love. Angels know, talking about like guardian angels, they know that your path is your path. They're not going to make decisions for you, right? They're here to just emanate this like sense of forgiveness, compassion, understanding, and love as you make the decisions you're going to make in your life. And so as a sensitive, as you step into this earth angel era, this is part of the process, right? Of letting go of feeling like you need to make sure anybody else is on the right path, to make any decisions for them, to feel like you're trying to shield them as they walk that path. Like, you let them have your experience, and you are able to see your experience as precious as well, to see that there's no right or wrong. It's all just growth. It's all just part of the journey. And you as an earth angel are on a very specific journey of being in a sensitive body with a big, big heart in this life. Angels don't force a single thing. Like a single thing, right? Like, they're not forcing their flow. They're not forcing an event to happen in the world. They just radiate. They know that they're at their most powerful not when they're pushing, but when they're sitting, connecting, channeling, and radiating from that space. The same goes for us sensitives. Many of us sensitives, we are moving faster than we were designed to move. There's a real clarion call here as an angel. It's like you move at the speed that is truly needed, not at the speed that the culture is telegraphing to you. You know that the most valuable thing you can bring to the collective is not all the things you can cross off the to-do list, all the things that you can produce, all the endless running on the treadmill. You know that what's most important is you staying connected to your own self, to your own light, and to radiating. You know that absolutely nothing can change the fact of your light. It's inbred into who you are. It's inviolable. It's a part of your innate self and soul. It can never be taken away from you. It can never be changed. And it's the most valuable thing you can bring to this world, is to stay connected to your own self and to bring this light to the planet, because angels know we need it. We need your light here. So this is what it means to enter your earth angel era. And if you are a sensitive, I invite you to really take this archetype on, to really step into it. Like, I am stepping into my earth angel era, and things are about to change, everybody. Things are going to be shifting around here. So here are some questions that are serving as affirmations to really help you orient to this change that's coming into your life now. Because if you're listening to this and you're resonating with it, it's because you're ready to step into your Earth Angel era. It's time. What if you weren't meant to give away your energy or your life force to help others? What if you were meant to gather it to you? And from a place of deep assuredness and personal power, radiate wellness into the world. What if your value wasn't based on how well you met other people's needs, but how much permission you gave yourself to stay connected to a wider vision, a wider knowing, your own wider self? What if staying connected to your own light was the most important thing you could ever do for this world? What if staying in connection with a sense of unconditional love, benevolence, self-compassion was the gift you were meant to bring into this world? What if your light, your presence, and your love was enough? What if you weren't just a sensitive or an empath? What if you were an earth angel? And what if now is the beginning of your earth angel era? So I want you to take these questions, which are really answers, with you into the rest of your day today. And if you ever get stuck as you're entering your earth angel era, ask yourself, what would an earth angel do? Like, what would an angel do in this situation? And let that guide you. And if you are ready to step into this next phase of your life, if you want to be held and guided and supported as you step into your earth angel era, if you want the spiritual and somatic and earth-based tools, magical tools that will help you accomplish this to really step into the width of your potential, I would love to journey with you in Earth Angel School. We start April 23rd, so you have about a week left to sign up. So when we start on April 23rd, our very first class is called The Secret. So there's something I haven't told you about Earth Angels, and it's something I'm only going to be sharing with the community that shows up in Earth Angel School. But this first class is a transmission that's going to help you understand what it actually means to be an Earth Angel. And this secret really changes everything about how you see yourself and is going to be this key that unlocks this ability to really truly understand who you are and what the wider purpose is for your being here. The week after that, we step into the guide. I'll literally be guiding you to meet with your guardian angel, with the spirit guides that exist for you in the unseen world. These unseen guides have been so invaluable for me. I've been helping other people to connect to their guides now for almost a decade. And I'm really excited for this piece as well, because when you can make those connections to your own personal guides, you have a compass, you have a GPS, a map, anytime you ever need to go anywhere or make any kind of decision. And we all deserve that kind of support, right? To be able to tune in and receive that and be guided. We are not meant to do it alone. Week 3, we dive into the vessel, which is all about learning the intricacies and the spiritual truths of being in a highly sensitive body. You're going to get the somatic tools and practices that you need here to really flourish and understand the magic of your sensitive nervous system. And these are just little tastes of what we're going to do over the 11 weeks that we're together. I'll be gathering live every single week with this group. This is the most intimate, in-depth thing I have ever done. I am so excited to be in this group, to be among this group of kindreds and sensitives, and to be your guide. So if you're interested, I would just absolutely love to see you there. And no matter where you're at on your journey, I hope that this episode today is really helping you reframe who you are so you can step into your Earth Angel era and all the power, energy, and flourishing that entails. Because as sensitives, when you can remember that you're an Earth Angel, you remember who you are. and you reconnect to the most important thing of all, why you're here. Until next time, dear ones, may you flourish on your path.